Hey guys, Carlos here with Variable Traders, and here's my recap for today. We traded quite a bit. I had 8 stocks that I traded today. I'm going to try to go through them as fast as possible in this 5-minute recap and keep it nice, short and sweet. So let's start over with X. My first trade of the day on X was for opening range breakup. So X, guys, had a beautiful pre-market activity. You can see right on here, just amazing volume, amazing range coming all the way down and heading back up. At the open, does a beautiful pop. Here's your range on the 5. Does a beautiful pop all the way up to 12.12. A nice deep pullback over to almost the high of the pre-market. This is when I went long for opening range breakup. So I got long in here. First target obviously is the high of the day, so I took some off there, took a partial, and that's almost my 1-to-1 because my stop was over here at this daily level, which is the high or low of yesterday's trading. Actually, we have it right here. It's the high from yesterday's from 2 days ago's trading. So once it popped up, it kept going higher. I was expecting to get to this level, 1240. So I took some off there as well, and then just left a little bit, guys, just in case it was going to head higher. But again, already here, I already had my 1-to-2. So that was enough to take the bulk of the positions out of this trade. So that was X. Next one we had was ETFC. So ETFC, guys, this one here, I was looking for open range breakdown on the 5. So if you look at the 5-minute, I'm going to zoom in a little more right in here. So on the 5-minute, here's your opening range on the body, and here's on the candle. So I was looking at the body on the way down, got a little bit late into this one. I had to sit on the ask for as it was on short selling restriction. But once I got in here, finally got filled. It did drop. It didn't quite get to my 1R. I had a limit order here for 1R. I had a hard stop right at 36, what was this, 36.40. I had to stop at 36.40 right on here. It comes back up, doesn't really sell off anymore. I guess it was too much extended. Sellers were probably exhausted already. So I was trying to get to 35 for my 1R. It comes back down. It comes back down here, cannot break any further. Comes back up literally a cent away from my hard stop. On the second round, I got stopped out for a loss of 1R there. Then the next one I had was on KO. KO, this one was a really good trade. I really liked the way this was setting up. And here's what made me get into this trade. So this one, the source of this trade was the turbo breakdown. It had hit the turbo breakdown when it was loosening here and heading right down towards this level. Now, there were several ways you could have taken this trade. You have a nice double bottom that builds up here, and you could take the double bottom in this area and then take it towards the top using 54 or the low of the day as your level. But what I did here instead is I looked at the daily chart. And if you look at the daily chart, 54 is a strong area of support. I mean, you can see here several days bouncing off that 54. So once it got down to 54 on the first 5-minute candle, that after close, I went long on this pullback here for the hopefully to get towards the previous day close or higher. As you can see here, I set my stop loss at 53.95. Yes, 53.95 was my stop right here. Again, you have to give it a little room because it can come down and test 54. You don't want to have it right at 54. As you guys know from my recap, I like to give it just enough room in case we're going to do that. It does head back down, does not quite get to 54, and then it shoots right back up all the way to the previous day close, which was I was expecting it was going to do. I took some off here just to play it safe, but I say if it comes back down below the previous day close, I'm going to take the rest out. And that's exactly what we did here on the 5-minute. It did a little fake pump, try to get back up. It couldn't hold, and it started heading right back down. So again, just on the daily was the reason why I got on this trade, because if you look at the support, this major support at 54, I was expecting a bounce on it, and we quite got that bounce there pretty nice. My next trade was on TSM. Now this trade was not a good trade. This was not a decent trade. It was an ABCD pattern I was looking at here. Here's your C point. One, I'm too far away from the support line, right? That's one thing there. And also it just didn't look as clean. Only the 5-minute has a clean pattern. If you look at the 60, the daily is okay, but if you look at also the 15, there's not a clean pattern here for this ABCD on TSM. So I got stopped out here for 1R on TSM. The next one we had was HIBB. So HIBB, what I liked about this one, very low volume, guys, not a lot of volume. The whole day only traded 513,000 shares. But what I like about this one is that if you look at the daily, it had a lot of support, a lot of resistance coming off this 2379 area. So once it hit the scanners, I looked at it and I said, okay, the daily looks good. You got some heavy resistance up here. This could be good for a short. On the 5, you also have somewhat what looks like a double bottom setting up. So I went short right in this area. Stop loss 23.60. Yeah, stop loss 23.69 right in this area here was a hard stop. And for all these trades, guys, I'm using hard stop. So a hard stop here of trying to get down toward at least 1R. So we had a limit order that was sitting here. Actually, this was for 2Rs. We had a limit order that was sitting here that didn't get filled on none of these pops. It took a while for it to get filled. Finally, as we're getting close to the end of the day, we finally got filled. And if we look at the 15-minute here, right on here, I'm holding this now. I'm watching it to hopefully get out if it flushes. The minute I got out, 2-3 seconds later, boom, there's the flush I was looking for. Because usually towards the end of the day, you do have these stocks that either flush or pop up. There's the flush that happened 15 minutes into the close that I was holding for. So, but still good 2R trade there. And then we have CIEN. This one, I was looking for a reversal on CIEN. And the reason for, if you look at the daily, you have a nice support right on here. I was hoping that it was going to hold that support and get a bounce off the daily. Unfortunately, that did not happen. I went in long here once it found a little base. The low of the day at that time was 36.40. Got in long, stop loss at 36.30 to be exact was my hard stop. Couldn't get above this prior support, now becoming resistance, and then headed back down and got stopped out there for a 1R loss. My next trade was on BMR. So BMR, this one was a really nice trade. So a few things happen on here. Again, guys, I'm using this daily quite a bit. As you can see, I'm changing my layout just to kind of try something new. You have to try different things. So on the daily, there's no support on here besides the 62.17, right? That's the strongest support I have going back. And I am going to show you guys so you can see. So on the daily, right on here, we do have an area of support. This is the strongest clear support that I see on the most recent time on BMR going back, right? So I put that as my level of support, as my possible target. I went in short, knowing that there was no resistance, no support in sight. As you can see, this thing was kind of leveling off. It looked like it was going to do a double bottom, but when I noticed there was no support in the daily into 62.17, and hopefully 64 was going to be an area we can get into, I went short here with a stop loss at a 60 above this candle, I believe 60. That was 65.40. So 65.40. I'm sorry, that's my entry. 65.40 is my entry. 65.60 is my stop loss. So we set a stop there. This thing dropped nicely. The way we found this stock, it kept hitting the turbo breakdown scanner. So I'm sure a lot of people probably got caught here trying to catch a reversal, double bottom. Once I realized this broke the low of the day, it was a great entry for a short, and we was able to get 2Rs out of this one. So this was a really nice play on BMR. My next trade was, and last trade was an SFIX. Now this trade, I was watching this early this morning, and I actually put an alert for this. I want to be notified if it went above 2020. I want to get an alert because most likely, as you can see, the entire day here, it's just been testing that level. It tested it there, and it kind of sold off. It looked like it had found a bottom on the 15-minute. So on the way back up, I got alerted on, you could have an alert set up that can trigger. I got alerted of the move. When I went to look at it, I went long a little prematurely. I should have waited to see what it was going to do once it hit that. As soon as the alert triggered, I went long to try to get a squeeze towards the high of the day, but didn't happen. So as you can see here, if we zoom into the 5-minute, we got stopped out for 1R. So overall, guys, not a bad day. We had 8 trades. We had 4 that were losers for 1R, so we lost 4Rs there. And then we have 4 that were winners for 2Rs, ending the day up 4Rs. So again, a lot of trading, but I think there was a lot of good moves today. The market was moving well as well. It was selling off really nice, which I think created a lot of these great moves. So hope you guys had a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time, for the pre-market show. Make sure to comment and like this video, and let me know what you guys traded. If you traded any of these stocks that I have on here. Again, doesn't matter about the P&L, guys. We had a good day today. What matters is about R's, how many R's that we're able to capitalize on today. So have no fear of missing out, no FOMO, no trying to match what anybody else is doing. Just focus really on good process, good trading, and hopefully you're able to make out and have a good day today with using those good processes that you have been practicing. Take care, guys. Have a great day.